So today I have the pleasure of speaking with John. John, would you like to introduce yourself and your business to the community?
Yeah, hi there. So my name is John Fellows and I run Telescope Recruitment, and it is a specialised accountancy and finance recruitment agency. I'm actually based in Droitwich, and the area that we look after is around Worcestershire and the kind of the West Midlands. That's kind of our target market. The business is new. It's been around for only a few months now. Prior to that, for the last 18 or 19 years, actually, I'm a qualified accountant, and for the last 18 or 19 years, I've been working in various finance teams across the Midlands and the Thames Valley, and been a hiring manager many times, and thought it was kind of needed in the market for someone to have experience of actually being almost on the other side, really, of kind of not being the recruiter for life, but actually being someone who's a hiring manager, who's been there and done that. And what I quite often see is that the roles that I'll be recruiting for, I actually have either done that role myself, maybe, or have actually know people who have done that role themselves. And actually, that I think that gives me a good advantage, because I can really kind of picture the person I think that they're looking for. So I think there's a good connection I can get with hiring managers, because I've kind of been there and done that.
Yeah, amazing. And how did you come up with the idea to change from doing your trade to recruiting your trade?
Yes, it's quite a big step. I keep referring to it as basically being at the top of a cliff and taking a step off and hoping there's a platform underneath. So yeah, so I've got a colleague who I've kind of been talking to this for quite a while. He kind of runs his own business as well and has done the same thing. So there was some inspiration there. But I've been looking to start my own business for a long time, and never really either had the idea or kind of had the kind of risk averse thing to kind of go and do it. So actually I kind of just thought this year, if I don't do it now, I'm never going to do it, and there's no time to do it. So no time better than the current time. So so kind of took a step into the unknown. Massively enjoyed it so far. I kind of love all the parts of running a business, not just doing the actual work itself, but creating a website and setting the business up and kind of doing accounts and all that sort of stuff. I think that's just really interesting. So I'm really enjoying that, as well as also just having the flexibility of having your own business and being able to pick the kids up every day. And we've just recently had a new puppy, so it's been able to look after him as well, which is really good, but also kind of focus on the time. It makes you much more efficient with your time, I think, than kind of what you would normally class as a kind of a 9 to 5. So yeah, massively enjoyed it at the moment.
Amazing. And where do you see the business developing in the next 5 years?
Yeah, so I guess I'm looking to try and keep it myself as long as I can, just so that I kind of, I've run large teams myself in the past. I've had my previous role, I headed up a large shared service centre with over 100 people in there. So I know the kind of the trials and tribulations of what happens when you have team members. So if I can keep away from that for a while, then great, just so I can get my teeth into it and kind of get the business going. And then maybe in the future it would be taking on some more staff. But yeah, at the moment, just happy for it to be me and just kind of grow as much as I can. I really want to be well known within the local market, and the person they turn to when they're looking for finance or accountancy roles. And so therefore, I can really focus on building my network locally with candidates and with future clients. So yeah, so really just continuing to grow as most businesses I'm sure really want to do, and just continuing to enjoy it, really.
No, perfect. And it's always good to have that solid plan. What do you think's been your biggest learning so far in the journey so far?
Yeah, so my biggest learning, I think, is realizing that you have to do kind of everything. As I said before, I enjoy that part, but I've never necessarily been a salesperson in the past. I've worked with many great salespeople, but from a finance side, suddenly realizing you have to go and promote your business and kind of market your business is kind of, I don't know, I wouldn't say unexpected, but certainly that's something that I guess is lacking in my skill set. So I've taken on a business coach, which I suppose some ways feels an expensive thing to do at the start, but actually I think it's really made a big difference to me, because it's kind of almost in some ways outsourced that part of the business that I wasn't actually as keen at, as kind of good at. and you know, she's been helping me really a lot to kind of build my LinkedIn profile and you know, reach out to people, which I suppose being a normal accountant, introverted accountant, is not something you want to actually go and do too much. But so that's putting me out of my comfort zone. But yeah, certainly it would have that's kind of been a bit the biggest learning so far, is just you know, having to do that part, the actual, you know, recruiting for a role and finding candidates and suitable candidates and so forth. Obviously that, you know, that I've been doing that for years, so I know what to do there. But yeah, having to actually market your business and kind of look out for new clients is a new thing, and it's certainly a big steep learning curve.
Yeah, no, of course. And how do you do that switch off from, because it's your own business now and you're clearly loving it and enjoying it, how do you do that switch off between work and life?
I think it's very difficult, to be fair. You know, I've got 2 daughters, so they obviously need attention, and you know, various little pets and stuff around there in the house, as I said before. So yeah, just you know, there's lots of conflicting needs for your attention. So it is, I think it is quite difficult. I've always had jobs where it's never really been a 9 to 5. You always have to put, you know, more effort in to kind of get the rewards out. I think what I do find is, and what I do like about your own business, is the fact that the rewards that you get out is quite often linked to how much effort you put in, and therefore if you put more effort in, you should be able to get a more of a reward out. But I am finding it a bit of a struggle, actually, to try and kind of get the work done in the time that you need to. So I found I've getting myself up earlier in the morning to try and get stuff done before, you know, the kids kind of get up, and kind of you know, the focus gets onto those. But they're at school, so it means you've got, you know, a few hours in the day to kind of get the things done. But I think a lot of it is around just being more efficient with your time, and not feeling like you have to sit behind your desk in front of your computer from 9 till 5. You probably do more hours, but you split them over across the day. And I think what I'm quite lucky with this particular role is the fact that you know, for example, if you're looking to post a role, whilst there is some headhunting and trying to find people for the CV with their CVs, a lot of it's just waiting for people to come back, and it is quite a lot of a waiting game. You know, whether it's clients coming back with interview timings or feedback on CVs. So you don't necessarily have to be there waiting for that. Obviously, you know, you can respond once something comes along. So so yeah, it's not an easy thing, I don't think, but I much prefer to do this than having to kind of sit and work for somewhere else. So yeah, still happy to do it.
Fabulous. And then my last question really is, for today, is what inspires you?
Um, a lot of what inspires me, I think, is other people. So you know, for example, my wife started her business a few years ago, and you know, that's massively inspired me to, you know, she can kind of make a success of that. Then it's kind of pushed me to try and, you know, emulate that. I do like listening to podcasts and reading books of, you know, people who have actually achieved something and got some substance behind them. So you know, do get a lot of inspiration with that. And I do find if I'm not able to you know, listen to, you know, the latest podcast or something for a few days, I do actually feel like there's a bit of a dip, and you know, I recognize that, and kind of need to kind of get back into you know, just, you know, getting that pushing forward. So yeah, I think a lot of few things do inspire me. I do find that I don't get too envious of people. I actually, you know, see how they have done something and kind of want to try and, you know, do something as good or better, or just kind of push me to do something better. So yeah, it's certainly around just taking inspiration from other people, really, and kind of pushing yourself to get on.
Fabulous. Well, thank you so much for your time today, John.